Okay, we're back again. Wow, that was a fucking stressful ass first vote. Oh my god. Okay, so here's what happened. Okay, so end of my last confessional, I think I was reluctantly on board with voting out Ralph just because numbers. Because I didn't trust that Ralph had full information. Trusted him, but not the information that he himself was getting from other people. Oh my god. Sorry about that. So that's where I was at the end of the last confessional. And since then, so much has happened. So, before then, Ralph himself was the only person that was like, I think I have the numbers to stay. Like, I think something could be happening. And Sam could be going. And so I was like, okay. And then also finally, one vote in and you finally start to get people's names down. Thank God. So yeah, before that, and then today, Roman comes to me and he's like, so the vote's flipping. And I'm like, sure, Jan. Because last time I talked to him, he was like, it's either me or Ralph that's going. Like, isn't a whole lot we can do about that. Like, sucks. And I was like, yeah, damn. Because I like both of them. I really do. I really like both of them. So I was like, well, it's gotta be one of you two. It's not gonna be me, which is good. So, the two of them are telling me they have the votes, but they're being super fucking sketchy about it. They're being like, we're keeping it on the DL, we're not telling, like, I was like, okay, like, it'd make me feel a lot more comfortable if I could know who I was voting with, like, just so that I could, like, go to them and, like, cross-check. And they're like, we've told everyone on the tribe, like, everyone's been approached about it, except Sam, Dash, and Waluigi. I don't know that person's name, but they have Waluigi as their picture. This shows you how good I am with names. Real fucking bad. So I was like, okay, approaching someone is a lot different than actually, like, confirming and voting with them. So I was a little very hesitant to actually trust and believe what they were saying. Also, I'm getting coffee, so I'll be back. Hesitant to trust and believe. Okay, I'm back. I have my chai. Trusting and believing. I was having a hard time trusting and believing when it was just Ralph, but then Roman came to me. Still a little sketchy because that's only two people, but I was like, okay, there legitimately is some momentum going on here. And then randomly, Rob messaged me, and I was like, okay, this is where we confirm if the flip is happening or not, because I was like, I just know Rob's gonna be part of the flip if it's happening. He's not in the chat of 7, but he's still, like, really well informed. So I was like, okay, this is what's happening. If he says he's not voting Ralph, because yesterday he said he was voting Ralph. So if he says he's changed his mind, then the vote's flipped. Ralph is staying. I'm voting Sam. But if he says he hasn't actually changed his vote, he's still voting Ralph, then I know plan's the same. Nothing's changed. rip Ralph. So that was like my thought process, but homeboy doesn't fucking respond. Like, oh my god. I was really, like, trying to have a conversation with him, and he just, like, first he was just like, hey, and I was like, oh, hi, like, how's your day going? He's like, no, he asked me, he's like, how's your day going? And I was like, good, just, like, got out of the shower, like, blah, 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 how about you? Like, 3 minutes after he messaged me, and then a lot later, he messaged me back, like, with 20 minutes left to vote. Like, okay, by the way, I was the last person to vote. I was that one vote that was there for that held up tribal until the deadline. Like, everyone else had voted 2 hours earlier. Like, everyone was locked in, like, done. And then there's me, Hannah Shapiroing it up in that voting booth. So yeah, that was me. Sorry, everyone. He didn't fucking respond. So I was like, oh my god. So then I went to Michael, who I'd talked to earlier. I was kind of like, Michael, like, are you sure the vote hasn't flipped? Because, like, I think I talked to him yesterday about that. I was like, are you sure the vote hasn't flipped? Because Ralph is, like, pretty sure that the vote's flipping. And he was like, no, it's fine. Like, we're staying, we're fine. And so I was like, okay. And then I asked him today, I was like, okay, are you sure the vote is flipping? Because now multiple people have come up to me, multiple being 2, have come up to me and asked and said, the vote's flipping. Vote Sam. And so I was like, oh, okay, Michael. Like, what have you heard? And he's like, I haven't heard anything. Like, no one said anything to me. For all I know, Ralph is still the plan. And so I was like a little sketched out, but then I was like, you know what? We're having a big brain right now. We're gonna put ourselves, I was like, because Michael's like the only person that I like kind of trust at all. Also, I have to get over. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Michael's like the only person I trust at all, so I was like, all right, Michael, I have a proposition for you. What if, because I think the vote's flipping, you don't think the vote's flipping, but I still trust you more than I trust any other bitch in this game. So, what if we put ourselves on opposite sides? One of us is going to be in the majority, one of us is not. Like, we're just getting that out of the way right now. Like, one of us is going to come out of this in technically a worse position. But if we say right now, like, confirm that we will keep a close alliance and pass information between the 2 sides, assuming it stays 2 sides, but with this tribe, who fucking knows? So this is all assuming that it stays 2 sides, which I'm gonna be a hardcore proponent for. I'm gonna be like, we have our group, let's just ride it out. So we're gonna stay on our separate sides of our tribe and pass information back and forth. I'm gonna keep the target off of Michael in the minority if we do lose again. And then we're going to just keep riding it out, keep on going, passing information, keeping each other safe. Hopefully we can get into the merge as being perceived as like not super close, and then we can just kind of like tear the merge up. But that's like thinking long term. But basically the important thing is we've gotten ourselves onto different sides, and one good thing is Ralph doesn't know who all voted with him. He knows that he got majority. I need to check with Roman to see if Roman knows. Because Ralph knows that me, him, Roman, Dark, and Boo Boo all voted together. That us 5 were 5 of the 6. And he doesn't know who number 6 was. But I know it's Rob. At least I think. Or maybe, no, it's Dark that's the question mark. He doesn't know Dark voted with us, but Rob did. So I know Dark voted with us because process of elimination, Waluigi Thube, is that his name? I don't fucking know. And Dash, obviously, were left out of the plan. Michael directly told me he was left out of the plan. So those are the only three. So that means, and Sam obviously got voted out. So that means everyone else was in on the plan, which means I know where every vote went. Ralph did say that once the votes came out, I knew exactly who would have voted for who. And once that 6-4 came out and Michael had said I did not vote for Sam, I knew exactly where every vote was. So that makes me feel pretty good about myself. I feel like I have good streams of information at this point. I need to keep Michael super close, but the tricky part is we can't let anyone know how close we are, and I need to keep communication open. You can go, keep driving. God, people are stupid sometimes. Yeah, there you go. There, wow, good job. Oh my God, sometimes drivers are so stupid. I'm sorry. Yeah, so, and then I have to keep communication open with everyone on my side, specifically Ralph and Roman. I feel like Dark would be a good person to keep good communication with because he is the question mark vote that they don't know about. And really everyone, let's be real, everyone. I need to keep communication open with everyone, but like I need to focus there. So, you know, it's a time. This challenge is interesting. It's kind of luck based, but also not. It's like strategic luck. Like it's definitely a luck-based challenge, but it's a challenge where you can use strategy to increase your odds of winning. But it's not not necessarily the tribe with the better strategy is gonna win. Like it could, some random thing could happen, and at least because I think this is the first time I've ever seen this challenge. From just seeing it for this first time, there's no foolproof strategy yet to win. Maybe if I see it a couple more times, there will be a more solid strategy to win. But right now, nah. But I think my tribe, Roman's kind of taking charge, and I had an idea. There's me, Roman, and Boo Boo have all kind of been thinking about it, but mine and Boo Boo were thinking pretty similarly, and then we both realized not actually the best. So we're going with what Roman is saying and doing, which I don't quite understand it, so I'm not gonna explain that here. Basically, the challenge strategy is do what Roman says. Yeah, I wish I could go into a more in-depth explanation of what's happening with that challenge, but I can't really, so I'm not going to. Plus, I'm almost home. So yeah, hopefully we win. That's the goal. Any goal is a goal. Hopefully we win. On the off chance that we don't, I think I have enough connections, especially if I spend some time today over the mini break that we have, because we have a long time for this challenge because of Christmas, Merry Crisis, Merry Chrysler. I think if I spend that time sort of refining my, oh my god, where's my relationships, then I should be good for if we lose and go back to tribal. Like, obviously you never know, but I feel like I've set myself up good to survive another 2 or 3, I'm gonna say 2 tribal councils. Hopefully we win enough immunities that's a while, but I mean, you never know. So yeah, that's about it. Boop. Hello. Isn't this fun? Alright, so it's actually not very fun. It's not raining, I don't think. So let's just kind of run through. Just gonna run through the challenge. God, the challenge was a nightmare. Let me just start off by saying that challenge sucked ass. When I get back to my computer, I have a confessional, not really a confessional, but like a meme confessional that I would like to share. That involves my absolute fave, Tiffany New York Pollard. A living legend. So anyways, that challenge, basically, like, I thought, I was like, yes, I'm gonna be like real on top of it. I'm gonna help us win. Like, I know what is gonna be the best for us. And then I like sent one thing into the chat and was basically immediately like, oh my god, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I was lying to myself. So that was like a fun realization, because like always, or like normal, I didn't read. Like I forgot to read like half the stuff, so I was like, I know what's gonna happen, like I know what to do, and then that like didn't happen. There was like more. It was more complicated than that. So that was fun. But thank God Roman knew. He had a plan. He had a very detailed plan of what to do, when to do it, and how to make it happen. And it was this close to working. So basically every time anyone got a rock, it was, Roman, what do we do with the rock? Roman, tell us what to do with the rock. Roman, where does this rock go? Roman, I have a rock, what do I do? Which, oh, hello hair. We're just gonna, there you go. Which was like, I was fine with that. I was fine just letting him take control, not really thinking too much, because like it was Christmas. I didn't really have enough energy or time to really think about this challenge, so I just let him tell me where to send my rocks, and he did. And so it was looking like it was gonna work out. Like we were gonna, like our strategy was very much like start slow and end strong, and like we almost had them. Like it was so close. We were down the entire challenge, but then it looked like we might catch up when the passing penalties came in. We were like, okay, this is where we're gonna catch up. Like it's close, but we might do it. And the reason why it was close is because everyone was listening to what Roman had to say, and he had a good strategy, except Dash. Dash was not online for a good part of the past couple of days, which is like understandable. It's Christmas. I wasn't online a whole bunch, so like I get it. And so he gets his rock, he just passes it, he just gives it to some random person. I don't even remember who he passed it to. And then him and Roman went had it in the main chat. So like beforehand, Roman was messaging me and being like, Dash needs to get online, he needs to start figuring this out, like he needs to really get with this program. We can't have him time out with a rock, because if he times out with a rock, then that messes everything up, and we will just give the other team a free point, the other tribe a free point. We won't, it'll be just all bad all around. So he was telling me that beforehand, and then Dash did something possibly worse, which is give his rock to some random person, because now he can't pass a rock to that person for the rest of the challenge, which means that like it could potentially mess up some sequences that we've got going. Some like passing sequences to try and get a rock either to a thief on our tribe, like the other tribe's rock to a thief from us, or one of our rocks back to one of us. So it was just like really bad. And then they fought in main chat, and Roman made a meme about Dash, which I thought was kind of funny. And he sent it to a bunch of people. So we lose the challenge by 1 fucking point. God. Yeah, these challenges are like close, which it's good that they're close. It means that we could maybe win a challenge sometime soon. Ooh. But it's also really frustrating, because it's like, wow, if we'd done one little thing different, then we would have won. But you know, it is what it is. We have to keep going. Keep on trying to win. And now we have to go to tribal council. And pretty much, it seems like an easy vote this round, but knowing this group of people, it's probably something's gonna go crazy. So I'm waiting for more people to get their votes in, and then I'm gonna vote. It seems like most people want Dash out, just because it's like he was the only one that wasn't like with the tribe on that challenge, and like you could blame Roman for having a bad strategy, but it's like none of the rest of us were even like trying to have a strategy. We trusted that the other, it's like some luck to this challenge too, and we just didn't have that. So Roman's definitely not like to blame for this. Like, he had a strategy that all of us fully bought in and believed was going to be the strategy that most increased our chances to win, and it just didn't. It just didn't work out this time. So no one's really blaming him, which is good, because we like kind of working together a little bit from last round. Like, not really. Like, there's no like formed alliance that I'm in, which is good, because I'm like kind of a free agent, which is nice. But we also do have that like working relationship, which is also pretty nice. So yeah, so most people, so like he's obviously gonna be voting Dash, because he's expressed to me multiple times that he can't stand how Dash was in this last challenge. Plus Dash was on the other side of the last vote, so it's like, it's a win-win going right there. Boo Boo also has said that Dash, that a lot of people are saying Dash, and so has Theb. The good thing about this challenge, I will say, is it like kind of forced me to learn people's names, so like I kind of have my tribe down now, which is really nice. So that's the two of them plus me. That's 3. I'm assuming Ralph is gonna vote with us, just because I kind of grouped Ralph and Roman. I kind of put them as a duo. as a pair, because they were the two that were campaigning most to keep Ralph last round. So and they seemed like the two with the most information. So I'm kind of just putting them as a duo. They're gonna like vote together and do all that stuff together. So that's 4, and then wait, no, that's 5. I'm not sure if I talked about Theb, but Theb is like kind of paranoid because he was on the wrong side of last vote, and I was like, dude, I don't think anyone's trying to get you out. I think we're all just trying to like keep the tribe strong and safe, and like that just happened to be voting out someone who was in the minority last round. So I think you are fine. And then Michael, we've been talking, and we've both heard that Dash is going. So if it's like someone who's both in the majority and in the minority are hearing Dash is going, then like safe to assume Dash is going. But Ralph was going last round, and then that didn't happen. So anything could happen. The only thing that I think makes it more likely that Dash will go and last round won't repeat itself is last round, the first boot, you're basically just looking for any excuse to vote someone out. Like, oh, this person didn't message me, let's vote them out. Oh, this person... Wow, okay. I don't know what just happened there. So basically, first round, the first boot, the first vote, it's basically just trying to like... It's like almost a little bit random. Yeah, like who really knows? Like you just didn't talk to the right people at the right time. So suddenly you're thrown into the minority and you're getting voted out. Or like that was probably what was going to happen to Ralph. He just didn't talk to the right person at the right time, but then flipped it around and voted out. And Sam was playing too hard. So it's like the first round's kind of like, it's really any excuse. But then the second round, like there's a reason to get rid of Dash. He wasn't with the challenge. So it's like, yeah. So it's a lot more reasonable to vote him out than just like, oh, just because. Like because he's not us, so like we're fine with it, but like he's not us and he kind of fucked up the challenge. So my fingers are crossed that it's an easy vote, because that'll give me, because I haven't ever really connected with Dash. Like we've never really, it's not that we haven't vibed, we just haven't really talked a whole lot. And so it's good twofold, because I don't want to come to tribal council for at least like another round or two. Like, it's always good to come to tribal council so that you can like test and improve your relationships, but it's also good to stay away from tribal council because you want numbers. So you want to have numbers, but you also need to test those numbers. So you need to like have a good balance between tribal and no tribal. But 3 tribals in a row is a little excessive. So I really hope that we can win next week. And voting out Dash is the best way to do it, because he's just the least cohesive person in the tribe, pretty much universally agreed upon. And so then, over the next week, hopefully when we win, I can build some numbers, maybe for a round or 2, and then when/if we come back to tribal, can test those numbers. Because if we go to tribal council a bunch of times, or like a couple more times, those numbers will be more solid than people who've never gone. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Who knows? We'll see.